Cam, interesting matchup with Kentucky. I mean, how important is it for you guys to be home in front of your own fans this weekend?
It's really important to feel the environment at Davis Wade. I think that gives us a big boost going into the game with that type of environment.
With that environment, I mean, they're going to be honoring the baseball team, and fans will be pretty hyped up about that too. How much do you guys try to maybe carry that over into the football game as well?
I mean, them guys winning championship, that's big motivation for us already. So just having that presence there, that's big.
Cameron, you faced this defense is facing a couple passing offenses, kind of pass-first offenses lately. What, from your standpoint, and how well the run defense has been, how much are you kind of looking forward to playing a traditional run team this week?
I mean, as a defensive lineman, these are the type of games you look forward to. A team that's coming in trying to run the ball. We pride ourselves on run defense, so it should be a great matchup.
You guys also they've revealed today the new helmets for the weekend with the M over S logo on the side. What are your thoughts about that?
I don't really pay attention to the uniform. I just go play.
What do you think of Aaron Odom Saturday?
Like I said before, that's a vet, you know. Him come in and make big plays like that, that's huge. I mean, and then he get better every week. Great player.
You guys held Vanderbilt's only 42 plays, the third FBS team to hold a team under 45 plays since 2000. How important is it to be able to do that as far as what you do?
I think that's really important, you know, especially coming to a week like this where the load probably going to be heavier. We was able to get a lot of young guys in and get some reps, so pretty good.
How much of that is attributable to your offense having the ball a lot?
Oh, yeah. I think Will did a great job of controlling the time. And Coach Lee did a great job calling plays and put it together a complete game.
Since you've been in the rotation and starting, is that the fewest defensive reps you've ever seen in a college game?
Yeah, for sure.
Did you feel pretty good after the game? Not too much beating going on then?
I mean, yeah, we feel pretty good. I mean, not too much.
So what's more important to you guys? Like, you look back at Pratt, 9 yards given up on the ground offensively, or the 155, and why?
I would say the 155 because that means we all playing together. That means secondary is doing their part and we're doing ours, as well as we're affecting the quarterback. So I'll say the 155.
As a defensive line unit, what goes into stopping the run? What do you guys try to focus on to make sure?
It's steps and hands, and you got to be gap sound. And also during the course of practice, your linebackers have to know where you're going to be. So on Saturday, they have a feel already. They can play fast.
It's about Nathan Pickering, too. He's kind of picked it up here, middle part of the season. What are you seeing from him?
He brings a lot of energy, even in practice. Me and him very competitive. We compete in almost every drill, so he's making me better.
Kentucky hasn't won in Starkville since, I believe, 2008. How important is it to, like you said, keep the home crowd atmosphere and keep that streak going?
That's very important, but all that matters is Saturday. We don't really look back to, because that's where you get caught up into the noise.
When you watch the Kentucky tape, what kind of stands out to you about their offense?
I think they have a really good running back committee. Their quarterback is very physical. Their O-line is very physical. They have really good receivers. Just a complete offense. Really.
Then you mentioned that offensive line. It could be one of the better offensive line that you guys see this year. What's kind of stood out to you by watching them on film on the offensive line?
I think they're very cohesive. On their combo blocks, their communication, things like that.
Obviously, it makes your job a little tougher going against an offensive line like that. But does that kind of get you excited to be facing higher level competition?
Oh, most definitely. I mean, that's why you come to the SEC, to see how you match up against the best offensive linemen.
The game against Vanderbilt, was that the bounce back performance this defense really wanted after the Alabama game?
For sure. Giving up 49 points to Alabama, that's like a big shot in the gut. You want to come out the next game and try to make a statement, try to bounce back from it, like you said.
How do you keep the momentum from the Vanderbilt game, kind of carry it forward?
It's really the same game plan. Going into the week like we approached it last week. We know that the team that we're playing, they're 6-1. They're a ranked team, so it's a sense of urgency.
What do you see specifically from Will Levis, the Kentucky quarterback?
I think he's a great quarterback. Real big guy, physical. He runs hard, downhill. We got our hands full for Saturday.
Astros or Braves tonight? The World Series?
Sir?
Astros or Braves in the World Series? Do you have a preference?
No.
Do you have thoughts on candy corn? I know Leach doesn't like it, but big fan on any.
No, I don't like candy.
You don't like candy corn?
You like candy corn or candy beer?
No, I eat candy. I don't like candy corn.
Jaden, you obviously one of the better offensive lines in the league this week. What have you kind of seen from the Kentucky offensive line that impresses you?
I've seen that they're physical. They like to, try to cut you off in like a blocking scheme. Really, they try to be a real physical, like hands-on type of line.
Does that motivate you going against the O-line like that as a defensive line unit?
Yeah, it really do, because you get for one, they try to go side to side sometimes, so you get to test your ability to beat whoever's in front of you and use your hands and get ahead of them.
When you match up with this running attack they have, it's a pretty good running game. What kind of goes into stopping the run as a defensive line unit? What are you guys trying to focus on to make sure they don't break in the second level?
I feel like we focus on, for one, our steps, because we have to try to beat them to where they're going and cut the whole run game out to either make it go back the other way. So if we have somebody coming from the other side and then get stops in the backfield.
How much of it is communication, just with maybe in practice, between you and the linebackers, kind of figuring it out before you're on the field on Saturday to kind of stop the run? Just where are you going to be, where are they going to be, things like that.
It's sometimes you can see what people do. So it's if some people have their hand up or just leaning over more, and some of the stuff they say. So I feel like we already been good on it. So I feel like that'll be a great factor for this game too.
Rodriguez is one of the better backs in the league. He doesn't get the headlines, but you look up and you see big game after big game. What have you seen from him on film that kind of stands out?
I see that he tries to be a tough guy to tackle, so everybody had to be on their game, trying to wrap him up and take him down instead of letting him bounce off you.
You guys allowed only 42 offensive plays to Vanderbilt. How important is it to limit how many plays an opponent can have?
It's a very big part. I feel because you wanna be able to get out the field and get some more rest and then be able to come back and play a lot.
Does the offense that you guys run help with that when you have an offense that's on the field a lot?
Yeah, it does, because we pass the ball and more of the time we're getting all the first down. So then I feel like that we would do a great job with that.
I know y'all like to take it one game at a time and only focus on this week's opponent, but in that regard and looking at trying to get bowl eligibility and those things, how big is this game Saturday?
Every game to me is a big part. So I feel like everybody just have a chip on their shoulder to overcome the next game.
How much do you remember from last year's game like this? What stood out to you?
I don't even remember, because I don't even think about it later games.
What have you seen specifically from Will Levis, the Kentucky quarterback?
I seen that he likes to, he likes to roll out of the pocket and like to run. And he's a different quarterback from what I've seen, because he likes to lower his shoulder on some opponents. So we got to have everybody ready for that.
How do you keep the momentum from Vanderbilt into going forward into this game and I guess further this season?
We just have to make sure that everyone just on the right path and trying to win every game that we can.
Cam said he didn't care. Astros or Braves in the World Series?
You said what?
Astros or Braves in the World Series, you care?
Well, I know somebody that went to the Astros, but I don't know if he's still there or not, but I'd say Astros just because of that.
Who's that?
His name is Dexter Jordan.
Do you have candy thoughts? I know Mike is full of them, but
I like Twizzlers.
Appreciate it. I'm seeing 13 different targets catch passes for you guys on Saturday. Just that depth that you guys had.
It's awesome. I think it's great for a lot of guys who've just had a great offseason, worked really hard at camp. Just kind of get their opportunities. Get their number called, and they responded. Now it's really good to see. It's kind of our depth, honestly. Just really promising.
Yeah, good to know that guys behind the starting unit, you guys can step in rah-rah and guys like that.
Oh, absolutely, step in and make plays. They're ready to roll. They weren't just kind of waiting around. Just kind of chilling. And when their number got called, they stepped up.
Do you say anything to the young guys like rah-rah or anything after their big performances?
For sure, like rah-rah and Rufus, both their first touchdowns in college. That's awesome. You gotta go congratulate them. That's a special moment. I still remember mine like yesterday. So you just go congrats. Get pat on the back, all that.
One of the things too I noticed when Rufus scores, Makai and Malik are the first ones there, and everybody's dancing. It's a party. Kind of the same thing with rah-rah. What does it say about this group that you guys are so happy for each other when there's success?
It's a selfless group. we're all brothers, honestly, on and off the field. We all want everybody to be successful. You know, there's nobody selfish in the group. Everybody's promoting other people. Like you said, just, you know, seeing that enjoyment from everybody else. I mean, that's pure, that's real. I think it just really says a lot about our locker room.
I know against Vanderbilt, even though it got called back, y'all showed some new wrinkles, and you look up there and Will Rogers is running the speed option for 17 yards. I mean, what was that like to show some of that stuff and be able to use it going forward?
I mean, Coach Leach does a great job, you know, scheming up for our opponents and just kind of getting us prepared. And you know, I think it's good to see our offense. We have a little versatility. We do a lot of things, and keep on, you know, growing from there.
Did you mess with him at all about running that option play?
Yeah, it's not quite his forte, but he looked good.
I know it didn't quite work, but what did you think of the double pass that you guys tried with Jaden?
I think it's good. You know, give opponents, you know, some film, some make a practice during the week, I'm sure. So, you know, obviously hope you connect on in the future, but it's all good. Probably come back to it. Who knows?
Working on catching some passes from Jaden this week to kind of make up for it.
We'll see.
You know well, probably as well as anybody, you know, kind of leading into the week after a tough game against Alabama. What did you maybe see from him last week, and you know how pleased with you with his performance on Saturday?
I thought he responded really well. Obviously, you know, as a team, we had a rough game against Bama. I liked how we kind of came out. You know, did our best to handle business. Everybody played, you know, in all phases. I thought we played really well. And especially Will, you know, he responded. He did well. You know, had some adversity, obviously, some tough plays here and there. I mean, as a team, we all did. And I thought it was really good to see everybody respond and bounce back.
What's he like during the week? I mean, like away from the field when you guys are just trying to relax a little bit. I mean, is he an intense guy? Is he always watching film? How would you kind of describe how he is away from the field?
He's a competitor. I mean, obviously off the field, he's a great guy. He's a great teammate. Everybody loves him in the locker room. He's always talking to guys, this and that. I mean, if I had to say one word, you know, it's competitor. You know, everything he does, he wants to win, which is good. He elevates people around.
Kentucky's secondary, what sticks out to you about those guys?
They got a lot of experience. There's a lot of returners. They play a bunch of snaps. They're all old, like juniors and seniors. They play really well. You know, they play sound. They're physical guys. And like I say, I think their experience really, you know, has helped them a lot.
A lot of those guys were there last year. They shut you guys out on offense. Is that something you guys kind of use from last year as motivation going into this game, or do you kind of just grab that?
I mean, yeah, we always got a chip on our shoulder. You know, last year a lot of things didn't go the way we wanted. So this year we're going to bounce back. You know, do everything we can to make the most of our opportunities.
6 interceptions last year too, you know, for this offense, and no offensive points. I think for the first game in Mike Leach's career. When you look back at that, you know, was it a total offensive breakdown? How would you kind of describe what went wrong last year?
Oh, that's total. I mean, watching the film, I feel like we're a completely new offense this year. Looking back at it, you know, yeah, it was total. It was all phases. It wasn't one person or one group. We all just didn't really, you know, step up and make the most of our, you know, do our job really. But this year, obviously, I think it's kind of a new offense. Kind of see what we're doing. Everybody's complimenting each other better, and hopefully, you know, we can keep that going on Saturday.
Talk about the room enjoying everybody's success and supporting everybody. Like Rob wins that Freshman of the Week in the SEC. What's that? How do y'all treat that as far as patting him on the back and congratulating him?
It's awesome. Congrats. You know, tell him proud of him. You know, a lot of his hard work. You know, like it's coming to fruition. Like I said, you know, tell him to keep it rolling. Right. You know, let's get two of them. You know, keep it going. You know, never be satisfied. Just keep on working because you know you see what you can do now.
You mentioned this offense is kind of like a new offense compared to last year. Just what has allowed that shift, maybe a step forward? What has allowed the step forward to happen?
Just reps. I think we've all gotten a lot more used to the system. Everybody's on the same page more. Just done it so many more times. We're just feeling a lot better, a lot more in sync with everybody.
You mentioned that success for Rara. You received your academic All-American plaque, I think, today. What was that like for you?
That was cool. I mean, it was an honor to get that, to kind of see some hard work pay off. So that's pretty cool.
When you're watching film this week, are you just watching Kentucky's defense from this season, or do you go back and watch that Kentucky game from last year specifically?
We'll watch it from last year specifically. I mean, we got some same plays, schemes, you know, all that stuff. Just kind of see what worked against them, what didn't work from last year. Then obviously, you know, watching a lot of the games this year, all the past ones. So.
Toss-up game in many respects, but you get them at home. And how important is it to play a game like this against a ranked opponent at your place?
It was awesome. It'll be a great atmosphere, night game, you know, Halloween weekend, all that. Hope, you know, I'm sure it'll be full with the fans. Just excited. We're all ready for the opportunity.
Cameron was saying kind of the motivation you guys get from the baseball team to try to carry over. They're going to be honored at the game, get their rings. I mean, is that something you also you're aware of, and you know the crowd's going to be into it, and try to kind of keep that on your side in terms of momentum?
I mean, I didn't know about the baseball getting honored, but yeah, I mean, definitely. I'm sure I'll be rocking in there, and we'll do our best. You know, keep that momentum, keep it on our side.
Anything else, guys? Braves or Astros World Series?
Honestly, I don't really keep up with some of it. No, so I'm indifferent.
I know you got a schoolmate that was on the White Sox, right?
I do, yeah.
Crochet.
Cool. Yeah, that was awesome. Having fun.
Okay. Thank you.